about that Supreme Master TV stuff. That looks pretty religious cult to me. There's some religious people who are into veganism, and that's cool. You know, I'm not against religion. What I am against is people saying, you're some sort of vegan religious sort of weirdo crackpot. You should eat animals. And then you turn it around and say, you're walking a dog. Do you mind if I kick your dog really hard? And they're like, you touch my dog, I'll whip your legs off, mate. And I'm like, I don't want to kill your dog, I just want to kick it. Oh, you touch my dog, I'll whip your legs off. And you're saying, well, hang on, you're giving me crap for not killing and eating animals, and I just want to kick your animal, and that's bad? I'm confused. You can come over to my house and kick my orange tree if you want. You can eat the oranges. You can eat the plants in the garden. No problems. I don't understand. Can you bring me up to speed? That's a good question to ask people. We live in a world where majority of people think you're crazy if you don't want to kill an animal to eat it. Yet, if you do kill the animal, you can get put in jail. There's such a contradiction. There's such a disconnect people have. You know what I mean? It's sort of like if you walk down the street with a baby cow, walk into the shopping mall outdoors and put the cow in the garden so there's no mess for the cleaners to clean up, and you slit that cow's throat in front of everybody. What's going to happen to you? You're going to get locked up. You'll be front page newspaper. Some crackpot kills an animal in the mall. If you get 1,000 cows and do that, you get paid for it. Now, you're a beef farmer, a dairy farmer. Congratulations, you're a contributor to society. Interesting, isn't it? If you get an orange tree and wheel it into the mall in a big pot and you offer people oranges off the tree, people will be like, cool, man, you know what I mean? They'll talk to you, think, this is pretty cool, man. This is different, but it's cool, you know what I mean? Interesting, isn't it? If you eat a dog in Australia, you're a crazy person. If you eat a dog in China or Korea, that's normal. You know what I mean? McDog, over there, no problems. Over here, it's not going to happen. But why? Because people have conditioning. They have dogma. What does dogma mean? Dogma is opinion, it's belief. So they have this dogma in their head. It's okay to eat cows, but it's not okay to eat dogs. Then in India, we have it's okay to eat whatever, but it's not okay to eat that. So there's this dogma that meat eaters follow. They don't listen to human physiology and anatomy. They listen to dogma, propaganda put out by the meat, dairy industries, the killing industries, the death machine industries. If you don't eat dead animals, your ear's going to fall off and you won't get enough protein. And there might be vegan bodybuilders out there, but they're probably holograms from the tofu industry. And you can't eat fruit because fruit's got too much sugar in there. You need to eat animal fat. You need to eat pig ass to get lean. Get the fat from a pig and eat that, and that'll make you lean. Don't eat any carbohydrates because that'll give you energy and you're able to see clearly, think clearly through all the bullshit, the dogma and the propaganda that these industries put in your TV, in your children's lunch, children's education, your magazines, media, radio, TV, internet, bombarding you, telling the lies. You believe the lies they tell you, you buy the products they sell you, and that's just how we have it. And if you go against that, you're a vegan, zealous, religious crackpot nut. And if you care about your health, you're a health nut. Cool, I'm a health nut. I want to be a health nut, and I love it. You know what I mean? Nothing feels better than being fit and healthy and making a difference in the planet, making your life count for something versus just being another consumer who's living a life of quiet desperation. Who wants that? Everyone's doing that. I don't want to do that. So there's options. So is vegan lifestyle some religious cult, whatever? No, not at all. It's human physiology. It's human anatomy. It makes sense. The time to eat animals is when you're walking down the street and you see a stray dog or a little fox terrier walking along and it comes up to you. Pick the fucker up and eat it. That's when you need to eat meat. If you're worried about you got kids and should you feed them meat and stuff, take them to the pet shop. And if they want to just get a little budgie, a canary, and no one's looking, just say, hey, no one's looking, just put the canary in your mouth. It's okay. If your kid wants to do that, they needed meat. Otherwise, no problems. And what about milk, though? I mean, people say, oh, you're childish and stuff. And I'm like, well, I may be childish and immature, but I'm not the grown adult who's drinking milk, mummy's milk. And not milk from my mummy, milk from the four-legged mummy down the road in the factory on the grass-fed pasture that's put in a big vat with literally hundreds of other bovine mummies, mammary secretions mixed up. You're drinking that, and we know milk's full of pus, blood, and hormones. People go, Harley, not my dairy. My dairy is organic, and we look after the cows. And I was like, yeah, but it's still got pus in there because red cells and white blood cells, when they oxidize or photooxidize, they turn to pus. You can't commercially produce milk from a cow and not have pus in your milk. That's just how it is. Hormones, organic, better, but you still got over 80 active hormones in organic dairy that are naturally occurring in the bovine estrous hormonal system. Insulin growth factor 1 being the major nasty in that one. So pus, blood, dirt, hormones in your milk, organic, biodynamic, grass-fed, factory farmed, whatever, all the same, all in there. There might be variations in pesticide levels, but that's all fucked up. You don't need to drink milk. You need to get off the dairy, grow up like an adult, get off the cow's tit anyway. And because milk and eggs is basically bestiality foreplay, in my honest opinion. I mean, eggs are from like chickens, between chickens' legs. I wouldn't put my mouth there. I probably wouldn't even put my hand there. Why would I ingest that? I don't know. It's a bit woo, a bit bestiality from my. But hey, again, if you're into bestiality, no offense. People are into different things. I'm not saying I'm holier now. I'm just not into licking chickens' legs and stuff like that. Or eating them or licking them or whatever. So people say, Harley, but that's cool. But you need your B12 and you need to eat animal products. I'll tell you what, my friend, housemate, currently in Adelaide, great guy, known him since 2003. In 2001, he started his eating animal products to raise his B12 serum levels. And his levels are still deficient, according to his blood test last week. So we've got literally 10 years after consuming raw animal products to raise his B12 levels. Hasn't happened after 10 years. So I gave him a B12 injection yesterday, and we'll give him probably 9 over the next month. So there's this whole fallacy that you need to eat animal products with B12, though. It's absolute rubbish. Because if it was true, my friend Clint would have super good B12 levels, so it's not true. But also in a bigger study, we see the Framingham study, over 40% of participants B12 deficient, borderline. And we've got to understand that in some of these studies, they use a minimum cutoff of 150. In Japan, it's 500 to 550 cutoff. You know what I mean? So it would be a lot more than 40% if we use the Japanese standards. And Japan has one of the lowest rates of dementia, comparable to the Western nations who have a low serum B12 cutoff. So if you want to raise your B12 up using animal products, very dangerous, not effective. What's the most effective? B12 injections, guaranteed. They definitely work. In a world of could, would, should have, done it, I mean, so definitely. So there you go. Is a vegan diet religion craziness? Make your own decisions. So basically, I just encourage people to listen to your heart, listen to science, listen to your body, listen to nature. Like I said, if you want to walk up to a chicken and eat its menstruation, power to you, man. You're more out there than I am. If you want to take your kid to the pet shop and feed them canaries, do it. That's adventurous, maybe. I don't know. If you want to suck the mummy's breast milk from a bovine cow, if you're into that, cool. If you want to eat dogs or rats or cats or cows or chickens or pig ass, I don't know. It's not what I'm into.